Hello everyone, what's up? It's Show You Can and welcome to another video. First off, I gotta say, I know I've been gone for a little while. I had some stuff to take care of, but getting back on my feet, so I'll be back to putting out videos. Thank you all for sticking around, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. So Street Fighter 6 has come out. Yes, again, I know I'm late, haven't been around, but I have been playing the game. So it's been out for about 2 months now or so, and I want to give my thoughts on the game and yeah, kind of just talk about it and see what you guys think about it. So before we do that though, if you are new here, then definitely think about subscribing. We cover all things Capcom, especially Street Fighter. So if you're a fan of both of those things, then definitely hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So, as I mentioned, Street Fighter 6 has dropped, came out about 2.5 months ago. So far it's doing pretty well. It's already sold about 2 million copies, and I know at the start it had a big player base. There's a lot of people on Steam were playing it. I believe it set records so far for like the most amount of people playing a fighting game outside, of course, things like Smash and Multiverses, but it was doing really well. Obviously it's dropped off a little bit, but that's normal. It's what happens with a lot of fighting games. Usually the first day there's a lot of interest and intrigue, or even first week I'd say, and then after that people kind of just, the tampers off and you start going your separate corners, right? The super sweaties, the pros, they stick around and play and really dig in deep, while the casuals, they kind of start to fade a little bit. So this is normal, but this is not about that. This is about what I think of the game, and overall I gotta say I love the game. Right off the bat, I think it is fantastic. It's not quite perfect, and I'll kind of get into why it's not quite perfect, but it's fantastic. I've played a lot. I've already played this game far more than Street Fighter 5. I mean, number one, I bought the game day one when it came out. Street Fighter 5, I waited till that thing was like 20 bucks and then I bought it. And then I bought Championship Edition, of course, but still, I already played way more than Street Fighter 5. I love it. It feels more akin to Street Fighter in terms of the pacing of the game and the flow of fights. Me personally, it feels like just a modern or 3D version of Street Fighter 3. I don't know if you guys agree, might not, but that's what it feels like to me, with a few, extra gimmicks sprinkled here and there, like the Drive Rush and Drive Impact, which we will also talk about. So, but the game is great. It's funny visually, like when you look at it on in a picture, on screenshots, on YouTube, it doesn't really look that amazing, right? You look at it, it looks good, but it's not like striking, right? But then when you play it in person, I have to admit, it looks far better, right? You start to see the little bit of animations, the details on the characters, especially with the gi and their clothings, right? The animations like actually move and animate. I know I've said animations quite a bit, but the outfits actually move. It looks good. It looks really good, especially the classic costumes. And it's funny because at first when Capcom revealed the classic costumes, I wasn't too thrilled, right? Not that I wasn't thrilled about having the classic costumes, as I love them, the classics. I've been playing Street Fighter for my whole life, but I didn't like how they looked. I actually thought they didn't translate well into the new models, the more realistic look that Capcom was going for. And I gotta say, man, when you play it, never mind. I freaking love the classic costumes. That's almost all I use now exclusively, man. And don't get me wrong, I love the redesigns for all the characters. I think they did a fabulous job with, making everybody look new, modern, but still keeping their traditional feel. But man, the classic costumes look great, man. Ryu, I love how that gi looks. Heck, Chun-Li's outfit, which is one of the biggest ones I had an issue with. The screenshots made her look, yeah, but in motion, no, fantastic. So love the classic look. But yeah, man, the game is fun. Combat is fun. I've gone online and done quite a bit of matches. I want to say maybe close to 100 matches I've done online. I don't know. Definitely done more than 50. But done a lot. Done a little bit of the arcade mode. Haven't actually did a little bit of extreme battles. Haven't done those really yet. I mean, last week I kind of fooled around with it a little bit, just to fool around with it because I noticed I haven't touched them. But yeah, I haven't really played it that much. But doing World Tour, my brothers, both brothers, finished World Tour mode because I forgot they both have the game. I haven't. I'm close to being done. I've been taking my time with it because my brothers kind of just zoomed through it, and I wanted to pace myself and just really extend it. But I love it. It's great. We already know the character creators, fantastic. Although I am a little let down that I wish you can edit more of the character in terms of not their appearance, but I mean not their actual physical appearance, but like their clothes and stuff. I wish we had more options. I think it's stupid how you have certain tops or certain pieces of clothing that you can't really alter the color, or at least they tell you what color you can pick, right? It's not like you can just pick whatever color you want. I mean, for example, I was trying to create, a simple brown jacket and t-shirt look, to be like, Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue. I got the brown denim jacket, but they're telling me I can't color the t-shirt white. The t-shirt is green and it has to be colored either yellow, brown, red, or some other, no white. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I should be able to color the t-shirt whatever color I want. So I didn't like that, but it's not a big deal. It didn't hurt me. There are plenty other white shirts that have things on it, so you can kind of replicate the look a little bit. Like right now I'm rocking that Chun-Li shirt that we got, so it's fine. That's not a big deal. Still, the mode is fun. It's great. It's more immersive than I thought. I'm hoping they expand it a little bit down the road, maybe add other maps. I know it's tough, but it'd be nice, because one thing, it's kind of sucks how like you go through Metro City, right, and this is a big live city, and then you go to Nashal, that's once again this big live city, and then you go to Japan, you go to Italy, you go to England, you go to Russia, and you're just stuck in this one little spot, right? Like you can't really move anywhere. So I get it'd be tough for them, I guess, to make a map for every region, but it would have been nice, and I really hope that they kind of do some sort of expansion with that later, and in addition to just adding characters, which we already know they're doing. Characters are great. Obviously been using Ryu, Ken, Guile, Chun-Li. Been really playing with a lot of people. I like the newcomers. Kimberly's fun. I thought I'd be using Manon more, but I haven't. Like, she was one of the characters that I was telling myself, like, yo, this is what I'm gonna practice and learn, and I haven't. I would say though, if I had to pick a new character outside of Kimberly to practice and learn, it would be Manon. But yeah, either way, I've got no problem with them, and she grew on me too. I wasn't a huge Manon fan when at first she was revealed. I thought that her design was but nah. Again, you play it, I'm like, no, she's great, man. good call on that one, man. So Manon's cool, Marissa, they're good, man. Like the game, I'm just having a ball with it. It's fun, it's competitive. Online's been great. I've had, not every match has been perfect, but I'd say like 85% of my matches have been great, where it's had like very little lag or no lag at all. And then there's been the odd, like 10% of them where it's like, okay, this match will be bad, or there'll be moments in the match, right? Like, I've never had an actual flat out bad match. I've had like bad rounds, or maybe bad like half rounds, and then it will kind of fix itself and then it'll be fine. But I know one of my brothers, they've had like a match just be awful. So online's great, it's fun, a lot of good people on there already. I mean, believe me, I was having my win streak for a while, and then I ran into some other dudes who just whooped my ass. So but it's cool, man, you're learning, and they weren't rude about it, so I was happy about that. For me, the casual, because I am a casual player, right? I'm not a sweaty hardcore player. But yeah, it's great. Music's hit or miss. I'm not gonna say it's complete trash, as some people are saying. There are some things I wish they did better, some songs I wish they did better. Like I'll say this: the music's not impactful. It's not like Street Fighter 2 where you're gonna be humming these songs for a while, or you're gonna it's not gonna stick with you, right? Manon's song, her stage theme for me by far is the best theme in the game, and that's the one song where if I was going to listen to the soundtrack outside of the game, it would be that theme. But the other songs are good, they're serviceable, and in the stage themes I should mainly say, right? The character themes is kind of that's when you get into a little bit of trouble. I like maybe like 3 or 4 of the character themes, and then the rest of them are just borderline trash. So as I said, the music is it's a mixed bag for me, you know. It's mixed. It's not garbage, but it could be better. But the one thing that I have an issue with in the game, the one thing that I'm knocking it for, the reason why I can't give this game a 10 out of 10 is the story. Boy, oh boy, was the story a disappointment. I just gotta be honest. I gotta be flat out honest and tell the truth. The story was for me, a major disappointment. So, you know, I'm excited, I'm souped like everyone else is when you hear the news that, oh, this game's going beyond Street Fighter 3. Finally, we are going beyond Street Fighter 3. We're getting into brand new territory for Street Fighter. Excellent. We can get all types of new juicy information, see what a lot of the old fighters who weren't in Street Fighter 3 and now are in this game, see what they're doing. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fabulous, right? It's going to be awesome. The story comes out and it's bare bones, you know. It's extremely bare bones, and it's weird too because like they were getting us hype, you know, not only just telling us about how it's going past Street Fighter 3, but they got that Ken mini comic. Not only Ken, but he was the main character in that mini comic, essentially just explaining his situation and why he wants to go after JP and why he's been framed. Like they're getting it, so I'm sitting like, oh shoot, like this is different, right? Capcom's never done this before. They're actually building up a hype and actually giving us backstory for it. This is cool. You know, they're gonna actually really give us a full-fledged story. And then you play, and yeah, like I said, it's bare bones. You know, you go through arcade mode, and you get a quick little prologue at the start. Cool. Reason for the characters fighting. Alright, it was a little too quick, but you're figuring like, alright. And then you get the ending, and the ending is just as quick. And nothing happens, right? Like, there's no, like, for example, again, Ken, because we all know, I don't know about y'all, but myself, my brothers, that was the first character we picked in arcade mode because you wanted to know, oh, what is going on with Ken, man? What's happening? So you play as him, you get the prologue, the little intro, and again, if you read the miniseries comic, you already kind of knew the laydown what was happening, but cool. And then you get no sub boss, no mini boss, nothing in between. All right, fine. And then you get to the end where he fights JP, which I don't even know if he legit fought or if that was in his head or something, but he fights him, and it's just a quick little thing where it's just like, what do I do? Do I kill this guy? What should I do? I can't go back to the way life was. It's the end. And I'm sitting there like, that's it? Like, I remember my brothers, like, we looked at each other like, that's the story? Like, nah, that's gotta be like part 1, right? There's gotta be like a part 2. There's gotta be something. Nope, that's the story. And then every character is like that, where their story, it's almost like they didn't know what to do with the story. Because granted, I get it. Street Fighter normally it's like a tournament. There's things happening. This is not a tournament. I know Alpha wasn't as well, but at least Alpha, you know, it was the beginning of things. So this is not a tournament, right? So it's kind of tough to tell a story, but still, you can still give us more info and insight to these characters and what's going on, right? You can still show us, you know, their thought process and why, you know, what they're doing now, why they're not fighting anymore, why they're trying to, you know, do what they do. We don't really get that. It's almost like it legit feels like Act 1. Like this is a prelude. I swear, if Capcom came out and was like, hey, we got an story expansion coming out, this is gonna be part 2, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, makes sense. Because that's how it feels. That's legit how it feels to me. Like, it's so just thrown in. It's almost like, too, not to, you know, harper or go bang over the head too much with this, it almost feels like this game was going to, or at least the story, not the game, the story was going to follow the same path as Street Fighter 5. It's like Capcom was like, oh, we're not really gonna have a story, and then someone was like, oh, wait a second, remember we launched Street Fighter 5 without an arcade mode and nothing, and people screamed. So, oh, quick, let's just throw some stuff in there real quick. Let's just throw some, draw some quick pictures and make up a quick story for these characters, right? That's what it feels like, but again, it doesn't hurt the game for me. The game is still phenomenal. Again, I still rate it a 9 out of 10, but I can't give it that perfect score, which I thought I was going to be giving it. I thought this was going to be like just the Street Fighter game. I can't do that because that story is it's abysmal. I just gotta be honest. But aside from that though, I'm loving the game, man. I'm loving it. Been playing it a lot. I play it almost every day. The battle pass stuff, I'm not, the reason why I'm not upset, I know some people are upset, but I'm not upset because number one, the items in that battle pass are trash. Like they're not items I want. I don't. The soundtrack that they give, the songs they give, you can't even use them in the battle. So it's only in World Tour and in training. So I don't really care about that then. And then those items you get there for your avatar, they're just for your avatar. Like they're not great. So it makes it easy for me not to do the battle pass, right? I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I don't have to do it. I've completed one battle pass, and that was the one with Rashid's gear. And then after that, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore. But again, that's why I don't really count that as something that's bad for me. I know some people they do, but no. I would be pissed if the battle pass had good stuff. If they had good items, they locked characters behind the battle pass and character gear. Oh yeah, then I'd be like, yo, really? Come on, that sucks. But they haven't. It's all just World Tour avatar stuff. So I'm like, while that stuff's fun, it's not the end all be all for me, But again, if you don't like it, you're upset about it, I get it. I'm not trying to knock, your opinion and your thoughts. So, but yeah, man, I've been going on for a little bit. I guess because it's been a while since I've done a video and spoke, so I kind of wanted to just get my thoughts out there and just speak a little bit. I'm having fun with the game, man. I enjoy it, and I just hope that we get some expansions, whether it be a story expansion or a World Tour expansion, and to really just spruce it up, bring some life. We got Aki coming out. All right, not crazy about her, but I'm also not against it. Doesn't look bad, so wait and see. And of course, then later we got Ed and Akuma or Kuma coming out, so we got stuff to look forward to. Anyways, man, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I've been gone for a while, but I am back. And again, if you like Capcom content, especially Street Fighter, then please think about subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, as it will definitely help a lot, especially as I get back into the groove of posting these videos. And then I will catch y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.